Malam Malaysia Madani, I'm Shuhaida Arifin and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. A preliminary report on the investigations into Thursday's plane crash at Bandar Elmina Shah Alam will be prepared within 30 days from the date of the incident. According to the Transport Ministry, the Air Accident Investigation Bureau (BSKU) team has initiated a technical investigation based on Annex 13 Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation, International Civil Aviation Organisation (ICAO) Annex 13. The ministry said the main purpose of the investigation is not to apportion blame, but to determine the cause of the accident in order to save lives and prevent similar incidents in the future. As such, the ministry urged members of the public with relevant video recordings or photographs of the incident to come forward and submit them to the BSKU to help in the investigation. The ministry is also appealing to the public not to spread images and videos of the victims who died in the air crash. It says such an act would result in confusion and speculation that would not only interfere with the investigation but also offend the victims' next of kin. A Beechcraft Model 390 Premier 1 light business jet aircraft flying from Langkawi to Subang crashed at about 2:50 p.m., killing the 6 passengers and 2 crew on board and a motorcyclist and a motorist on the ground. The forensic autopsy of all the victims' body has been completed last night and is awaiting the results of DNA matching. Selangor Police Chief Datuk Hussein Omar Khan stated a total of 300 body tissue samples have been sent to the Department of Chemistry and 30% have been successfully processed. Datuk Hussein added that besides DNA tests, fingerprint analysis will also be conducted.
Selain daripada DNA, kita juga ada buat cap jari. Jadi pakar cap jari daripada bahagian D2 Bukit Aman, PDRM telah menganfasti 8 cap jari yang ada pengecaman yang positif yang boleh identify 8 mayat tersebutlah.
In addition, according to Datuk Hussein, another body expected to be identified today can be handed over to the next of kin tomorrow. On another note, Datuk Hussein also hopes that the families of the accident victims can accept the conditions of the remains that will be handed over to them. He mentioned that there are body fragments that have been burned and cannot be processed for DNA matching. However, he said the process is expected to be completed as soon as Monday. He said this to reporters during a press conference at Tunku Ampuan Rahimah Hospital, HDA.
Dalam keadaan mayat sebegitu, pihak JAIS akan sempurnakan sehingga mandikan jenazah dan juga solat di sinilah. Dan kita akan dalam keranda. So apa yang saya boleh nasihat ataupun tim saya boleh nasihat, pihak family terima seadanya dan kebumikan. Biarlah kenangan yang dia ada terakhir itu kenangan yang sempurna masa dilihat kali terakhir.
Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah made a personal donation to Adlina Aisyah Ahmad Rusli, the wife of Idris Abdul Talib alias Ramali, one of the victims who perished in a private jet crash on the Guthrie Corridor Expressway near Bandar Elmina Shah Alam, Selangor last Thursday. According to a post on Istana Negara's Facebook page, the donation was handed over by Grand Chamberlain of Istana Negara, Datuk Azwan Effendi Zarakitnaini, who visited Adlina Aisyah at her house yesterday. Adlina Aisyah, 41, was an administrative officer, human resources at Istana Negara from 2011 to 2015. During the visit, Azwan Effendi also conveyed condolences on behalf of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Aziza Aminah Maimunah Iskandariah to Adlina Aisyah and her family for the sudden passing of her beloved husband. Idris was a Pahang enforcement officer at the Raub District Islamic Religious Office before taking unpaid leave earlier this year to serve as a special officer to State Exco Datuk Seri Johari Harun, who was also killed in the plane crash incident. The government's decision to use the services of satellite internet providers such as Starlink in areas which do not have good internet access is a temporary solution, while the long-term solutions are being implemented. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadil said the internet service is suitable as a temporary solution because it is a plug and play, has fast internet speed and price offered is reasonable.
Di Malaysia sebenarnya kita ada 4 penyedia perkhidmatan internet satelit termasuk Starlink. Satu lagi ialah Connect Me, bawah Miasat dan ada lagi 2. Jadi sebenarnya dari segi komersial kita boleh tempah mana-mana yang kita inginkan. Sebab kita tak nak lihat seperti terlalu it's a commercial decision ya. Jadi kita lihat sesuai manfaat teknologi ini untuk tujuan MCMC.
The minister was met at the Wangsa Maju Kita Punya program, which was held in conjunction with the National Day celebration at Taman Tasik, Danau Kota. Meanwhile, Fahmi said several telecommunication service providers would offer a 5G Rahmah internet package at a cheaper price or provide a higher capacity at a base price, which is RM60. On another note, Fahmi, who is also the Pakatan Harapan PH Communications Director, urged all parties of the unity government to be patient and continue working as usual while awaiting the result of the postmortem of the recent elections in 6 states. Fahmi said all parties in the PH Barisan Nasional BN Alliance are doing a postmortem to get data on how they can move forward better in the future.
Untuk memakarakan media, mungkin mereka juga akan kutip sedikit ucapan. Tapi saya ambil kesempatan
apa ucapan sebelum ni saya cakap saudara Fahmi ya, tapi kali ni kena
saya lihat sekarang ni semua parti dalam proses melakukan postmortem untuk dapatkan data, mendapatkan maklumat, maklum balas sama ada di peringkat tertinggi sampai ke peringkat akar umbi. Dan sudah pasti semua parti akan melakukan muhasabah, mengambil ibrah pengajaran dan juga merangka jalan ke depan. Jadi insya-Allah bila tiba masanya kita akan lakukan penambahbaikan seperti yang nanti akan kita kenal pasti melalui postmortem. Jadi saya serah kepada pimpinan nanti untuk tentukan.
Fahmi was commenting on the performance shown by certain parties in the unity government in the state elections in Negeri Sembilan, Selangor, Pulau Pinang, Kelantan, Kedah and Terengganu on 12 August.
Pernah tak anda sebagai ibu bapa memikirkan perasaan anak-anak? Mereka juga mangsa ketagihan dada. Hentikan, bantu mereka sebelum terlambat. Dapatkan rawatan secara sukarela di pusat pemulihan kerajaan ataupun swasta.
Still ahead, new COVID variant with high number of mutations found in Britain.
Ada kalanya dalam mendidik anak-anak, ibu bapa secara tidak sengaja berkelakuan pilih kasih dalam memberi kasih sayang atau perhatian. Zahirkan kasih sayang terhadap anak-anak. Jika perlu ditegur, tegurlah dengan kasih sayang.
New coronavirus variant with a high number of mutations has been detected in Britain, as reported by various news outlets in the region. The British Health and Security Agency said the BA286 mutation was identified in the UK on Friday in someone with no recent travel history. This means there could already be significant community transmission among Britons, the agency added. The strain was first detected in Denmark on 24th July and was also found in that country on 31st July, the same day it was discovered in Israel. A case in the US was detected earlier this month. The variant is said to be genomically distant from its likely ancestor, the BA2 variant, nicknamed Stealth Omicron. The variant gained its nickname from the fact it is more transmissible than the original Omicron strain, which originated in Southern Africa and was first detected in the UK in late 2021. Now, moving on to the next story, the Foreign Ministry is finalizing details to reopen the Malaysian embassy in Iraq. Minister Datuk Seri Zamri Abdul Kadir said the process includes discussions with the Iraqi Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister soon, involving several aspects such as logistics.
Pasca perang di Iraq telah pun bermula untuk beberapa lama, dan kemasukan negara-negara luar ke Iraq dengan menubuhkan kedutaan-kedutaan ataupun membuka kedutaan-kedutaan mereka telah pun bermula. Maka menjadi tanggungjawab kita juga sebagai negara yang pernah mengadakan hubungan diplomatik dengan kerajaan Iraq, dan kita telah pun mendapat persetujuan daripada kabinet bagi saya mengetuai.
Met by reporters today, Datuk Seri Zamri also said that the embassy would play an important role not only in strengthening diplomatic relations between both countries but also provide added value in economic terms, especially in investments. Now, coming up in sports, Hannah declines to intervene in BAM Zija's spat. Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh has declined to intervene in the latest spat involving the Badminton Association of Malaysia BAM and the country's professional men's single player Lee Zija. Hannah said it would be better for both parties to internally resolve the issue regarding the apparel used for training at the Academy Badminton Malaysia ABM in Bukit Kiara. She also refused to comment on whether the issue could affect Zija's performance, which had been on a downward trend of late.
Dan kalau sebelum ini BAM dah boleh selesaikan isu ini, Datuk Lee Chong Wei juga telah bersuara, kita biarkan mereka selesaikan. No comment on attitude this pemain that pemain lah. This keep it as apparel punya issue and not an attitude punya issue lah.
Meanwhile, Hannah, when met today, said she believed Team Lee Zija coaching director Wong Tat Meng should be given some time to focus on more strategic efforts to improve Zija's performance. Now, Malaysia Tonight on TV1 will now conclude to give way to the 63rd edition of the International Al-Quran Recital and Memorization Assembly. Our bulletin resumes on My TV Berita RTM channel and also on our RTM Click and our YouTube live stream.
minit tanpa henti, 76 minutes non-stop. Transparent and concise. Paparan komprehensif, ringkas dan padat. Saksikan Kanta 744, 7.44 malam. Berita perdana 8 malam. Malaysia Tonight, 8:30 PM.
Two goals from substitute striker Fergus Tierney helped the national under-23 squad beat 2023 SEA Games champions Indonesia 2-1 in the opening Group B fixture of the ASEAN Football Federation AFF Under-23 Championship on Friday. Both teams started off slow in the clash at the Rayong Provincial Stadium, Thailand. However, Indonesia took advantage of a defensive error by the national side to take the lead in the 29th minute. Muhammad Ramadan Sananta, who got past the offside trap, dribbled around 22-year-old Terengganu FC goalkeeper Saiful Jamaluddin and slotted the ball in past Muhammad Rahadiazli Rahalim. At halftime, Harimau Muda squad manager E. Elavarasan made several changes, including putting on Fergus, who won a penalty in the 53rd minute after being fouled in the box. The striker then calmly slotted home the spot kick a minute later to equalise for Malaysia before putting the team in front 8 minutes from time. Following some good attacking play by the Harimau Muda, Fergus, who was unguarded in the penalty box, fired a shot past goalkeeper Hernando Ari Sutaryadi to score his second goal. Elavarasan's man managed to survive the 8-minute extra time to defend their advantage and collect 3 valuable points ahead of the clash against Timor-Leste on Tuesday. Despite playing with 10 men, Perak FC managed to stem a comeback from Kedah Darul Aman KDA FC to advance to the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Cup, despite losing 1-2 in the second leg of the round of 16 at the Darul Aman Stadium in Alor on Friday. The Bosgaru squad coach Bayu Sri Chetlah confirmed their place in the quarterfinals with a 4-3 aggregate victory and will face either Sabah FC or Kuching City FC. In the clash, the home team, led by Muhammad Nafuzi Muhammad Zain, scored the first goal in the 28th minute through a penalty which was completed by Manuel Hidalgo after the ball hit the hands of Perak midfielder Sunday Kolawole Afolabi. Trailing 0-1, Perak were reduced to 10 players after substitute Muhammad Khairul Ashraf Ramli was shown a red card for fouling Amibek Jurabov in the 55th minute. After some huffing and puffing, Muhammad Akmal Mat Zahir doubled the lead in the 82nd minute, but the joy was short-lived as Seo Sunong scored Perak's only goal of the match 3 minutes later. The goal stunned about 9,000 spectators at the Darul Aman Stadium, who expected the match to go to penalties, but instead, Perak advanced to the next round with a 1-goal advantage. Meanwhile, Terengganu FC progressed to the quarterfinals in style, recording a 7-0 aggregate victory over M3 League side KL Rovers. On Friday's game, the home team beat the latter 3-0 in a clash at the Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium in Kuala Nerus. Midfielder Muhammad Nur Hakim Hassan stole the spotlight after scoring 2 goals in the 32nd minute and the 89th minute respectively. Liridon Krasniki also got into the score sheet in the 72nd minute for the resounding 7-0 aggregate win for Terengganu FC to book a spot in the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Cup. Meanwhile, the 2021 champions Kuala Lumpur City FC KLCT became the first team to step into the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Cup after beating Penang FC 1-0 in the second leg of the round of 16 on Friday, recording a 5-0 aggregate victory. In the clash at the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium in Cheras, Penang defended well in the first 45 minutes to deny the City boys, but striker Cheche Kipre scored in the 70th minute to put the game out of reach for the visitors. Awaiting KLCT in the quarterfinals are the winners of the clash between Seri Pang FC and Harini FT, who are playing tonight, with the Tok Gajah squad only having 1-goal advantage after recording a 3-2 victory in the first leg earlier this month. Coming up next, 3R preventive efforts should be immediately implemented. The issues concerning religion, royalty and race, 3R, that are currently being sensationalized and politicized can affect the country's stability, development effort and the economy if left unchecked, according to Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Shah. Sultan Nazrin said preventive efforts to avoid the matter from escalating must be initiated with firm actions.
Perkara-perkara menyentuh agama, raja dan kaum yang disensasikan jika berlaku hendaklah segera dipersembahkan ke pengetahuan beta dan mendapatkan nasihat beta jika perlu dilaporkan kepada pihak-pihak berkuasa dan badan perundangan.
His Majesty said this at the 172nd Perak Dewan Negara meeting at Istana Iskandariah in Kuala Kangsar today. The government has called for more involvement and contribution from the youth in shaping the future of Malaysia by emphasising environmental, social and governance (ESG) initiatives. Deputy Economy Minister Datuk Hanifah Hajar Taib said, as the youth are the future leader of the country, they should have a say in the development of sustainability initiatives and be part of the green agenda to make a positive impact on Malaysia's future.
Through your passion, advocacy and aptitude for innovation, you possess the power to transform climate challenges into stepping stones towards a more resilient future. It is your unwavering commitment that will drive the transformative solutions needed to navigate the currents of change.
Speaking at the Youth Sustainability Forum 2023, she said her ministry, as the Master Coordinator for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals (SDG), plays an important role in giving exposure to all parties, especially regarding policies involving the SDG. She said the ministry, in collaboration with various parties, will soon implement various awareness programs to ensure all Malaysians understand the term sustainable development and translate it into daily activities. A sum of 30,000 ringgit has been allocated by Iskandar Puteri City Council for the Happy EV Riders project aimed at exploring the potential of electric vehicle EV ecosystem. This funding is channeled through the Iskandar Puteri Low Carbon IPRK Community Grant 3.0. Mayor Datuk Muhammad Hafiz Ahmad stated that the project will be carried out from this month until January 2024. He also emphasised the awareness and research of green mobility in Iskandar Puteri.
Iskandar Puteri Carbon 3.0 kan, sebanyak 108 penyertaan yang kita terima, tapi sebanyak 25 yang saja yang kita setelah kita pilih yang bersesuaian dengan konsep yang kita nak laksanakan pada tahun ini. Jadi 26 penyertaan yang kita dah terima daripada pelbagai daripada kita punya komuniti.
Through this project, 4 electric scooters are being used by local entrepreneurs to deliver food around Iskandar Puteri. This is one of the 26 low-carbon projects that received IPRK grants involving a total value of 500,000 ringgit. The ongoing uncertainties over China's economic outlook will continue to influence the currency markets and drags the ringgit to trade in a tight range next week. The ringgit would likely stay within a narrow range between 4 ringgit and 63 cent and 4 ringgit and 65 cent against the US dollar, as investors would prefer the greenback in light of the heightened economic uncertainties. Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad Chief Economist and Social Finance Head Dr. Muhammad Afzanizam Abdul Rashid opined that market players would closely watch for the Chinese government policy response as the People's Bank of China decides its loan prime rate next Monday. He said consensus estimates showed that the bank might cut another 15 basis points next week. Meanwhile, Kenanga Research in a note said growing pessimism over China's recovery stemming from its economic distress and lack of stimulus support may continue to weaken the yuan, subsequently pressuring the ringgit. However, it said the People's Bank of China's stronger than expected fixing and continued intervention by the state-owned banks may limit the yuan's depreciation. Bursa Malaysia is expected to trend higher next week with a cheaper valuation of the local bonds after profit-taking activities during the last 2 trading days this week may attract more foreign investors into the market. Rakuten Trade Sdn Berhad said sentiment on the domestic front, however, may be cautious in view of increasing market risks and volatility of the global markets. Nevertheless, the brokerage firm believed valuations of the FBM KLCI remain cheap and still offer potential upside for investors. For next week, Rakuten Trade expects the FBM KLCI to stay in consolidation mode and trend between 1,440 and 1,460 points. For the week just ended, the FBM KLCI moved in a volatile trading pattern with a fair share of influence from domestic and external factors, including the announcement of the second quarter gross domestic product as well as worries over the global economic outlook. On a Friday-to-Friday basis, the FBM KLCI declined 11.07 points to end the week at 1,446.09 versus 1,457.16 a week earlier. Weekly turnover rose marginally to 15.57 billion units, worth 9.19 billion ringgit, from 15.33 billion units, valued at 8.93 billion ringgit in the preceding week. The main market volume improved slightly to 11.24 billion shares compared with 10.97 billion shares the previous week. So that's it from us this evening. In our top story, plane crash inertia report to be prepared in 30 days. I'm Shuhaida Arifin, Malaysia Madani, tekad perpaduan penuhi harapan. Thank you for watching.